The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. Mayfield to throw on the first play.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Now Mayfield. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
On third down, Mayfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Taylor now returning it. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Bengals take over first and 10. And the Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his 3rd season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow. Burrow and the Bengals with a first and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards that time.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 15 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still got the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Burrow on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Now it's Burrow. Able to find Higgins. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Again, it's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Over the middle, complete. That's Boyd. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5.
They gotta go.
Another try for Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Bengals going to look to throw for it.
It's caught. And it's 8-0. So they go with the pass there on the two-point try, and they will convert it, Charles.
And a good job on the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. Fielded just inside the 30. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of this season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans on the Superdome. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mayfield looks to throw. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. That's a third down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. Call it a gain of 9 there, and it puts them in better shape here for 2nd and goal. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. On the ground, McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead and make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The left-footed Kevin Huber set to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10.
The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Mayfield on 1st down.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 44, Mayfield.
That's going to be caught. It's Chenault.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will do it for this first half.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. Throwing now, Burrow on first down, flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Burrow going to keep it himself.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Joe Burrow
with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
That makes this a 9-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Bengals grab it. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Burrow. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass it there it was.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? Open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Credit that to the former Texas Longhorn, Joseph Osai, who got in there.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone, defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mayfield. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Mayfield down. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. On the gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
And here's Taylor on the return. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. First down. Here's Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
On third down, Burrow.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Mixon is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Third and goal. Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd from 3 yards out.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And the lead is now 24. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
There's Tremble, the tight end.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down. Mayfield to throw it.
Over the middle, he's got Chenault.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Throwing, Mayfield.
They'll drop that down to Hubbard. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of roots backwards after that point? They got a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
That caught by Tremble. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. But now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
On 2nd and goal, Burrow out to his left. And his pass incomplete. The 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
McPherson on for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Bengals grab it. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Carolina getting set to take the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Mayfield.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Mayfield.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
Taylor now to return it.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
On one, right?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved.